Greetings, KIN457. My name is Matthew Henninger, and I have just 180 seconds to give you the rundown on plyometrics and whether or not you should include it in your training routine. What are plyometrics? The term is used to describe exercises that generate maximal force over a short duration of time. In reality, this means jumping. Box jumps, depth jumps, broad jumps, even some non-jumping exercises like plyometric push-ups and step-ups are included in the conversation. Key bullet points: performed for short durations, 3 to 10 repetitions, say 3 sets. They tend to utilize the stretch shortening cycle, which in layman's terms is like a muscular spring, a quick eccentric, concentric contraction, thus all the jumping. While they're typically associated with sports that require a lot of power, research has shown that they do have a lot of carryover into a wide variety of exercise, but more on that later. Well, there's no shortage of that. I mean, we have articles from all these guys, but I've only got 3 minutes, so if you'd like to read up on that, check out the links in the description. In the meantime, we have to talk about. In terms of empirical evidence, I'd like to highlight 2 papers I found in my research. The first looked to compare the efficacy of intermittent sprint training with plyometric training in terms of increased running endurance performance. The results ended up showing an improvement in both groups with a slight edge to the plyometric group, the researchers concluding that this was due to an increase in muscular power in that group. The second paper looked to compare dynamic weight training with plyometric training in terms of improving running performance, this time under the lens of kinetic energy and the reduction of the energetic cost of running. The results of this study, as with the previous study, showed that plyometrics had an edge over the competing training style. The researchers in this case pinning the performance gains from plyometric training on its ability to elicit a response that lowered the overall energy cost for running. So should you incorporate plyometrics into your endurance performance training plan? I would say, despite the research having some gaps in it and there being an almost universal call in the papers I read for more research to be done, the fact that there were universal gains in all of the research I found, it would be a pretty safe bet to say that incorporating plyometrics would be a reasonable way to improve your performance